Welcome back to the channel where we explore, learn, and theorize about the Marvel Universe. Today we have 4 new major MCU Phase 4 leaks. If you're new to the channel, I do daily Marvel videos, so be sure to subscribe to never miss out. Now let's get started. Roger Wardell, who many of you may know as the Twitter account that leaked a ton of information about Infinity War and Endgame that was right, way before anyone else did, is back. And today he has some new information for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He starts off by saying the Falcon and the Winter Soldier will introduce multiple mercenary groups. You might have spotted one of them called the Air Force in the very first teaser trailer for the show. Then he says, why did Kevin Feige visit DC's The Suicide Squad set back in late 2019? For several reasons, Peter Capaldi, Jai Courtney, and Joel Kinnaman being some of them. The so-called female Loki and Enchantress are one and the same in the MCU. Amora comes from an alternate timeline where she was the only being found by Odin on Jotunheim instead of Loki. And lastly, I'd like to make it clear that Peter Capaldi is not Magneto. Nonetheless, it's almost certain at this point that he would be cast as the High Evolutionary in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now let's break this down. The first thing he talks about is the scene in the Super Bowl trailer where we got our first looks at the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and Loki. And we can see Falcon getting chased by people in wingsuits. In the comics, the Air Force were a group of mercenaries with bird names and costumes that allowed them to fly, and mainly fought the New Warriors, the old ones, not the new ones. So it seems like they'll at least be introduced in the show, and might be part of the Thunderbolts, or might just be an introductory villain team, like how the US agent and the Winter Soldier have been seen fighting the grapplers in leaked set footage. Next he talks about why Kevin Feige visited the set of the Suicide Squad last year. Now I don't think this was to rehire James Gunn, cause I'm pretty sure that happened long before this. And since James Gunn and Kevin Feige obviously know each other, it could very well be because James recommended these actors for future MCU movies. And like he says later on, Peter Capaldi seems to be playing the High Evolutionary in Guardians 3, and Joel Kinnaman has recently been rumored to be playing Kraven the Hunter in Spider-Man 3. Next, when we found out about the Loki show, rumors began circulating that there would be 3 versions of Loki. Our Loki that escaped using the Tesseract from 2012, a female Loki, and Kid Loki. But it makes sense that Enchantress could be the female version of Loki, as she's a popular Thor character who hasn't been introduced yet, and has a lot of history with Loki in the comics. And lastly, like I already said, it seems like the rumors of Peter Capaldi as Magneto aren't true, and Marvel is instead eyeing him for the role of the High Evolutionary in Guardians 3, where he'll play a large role in Rocket's part of the story, and probably his death. But let me know what you guys think about all this. Do you think the Air Force will be a good villain group in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? And are you excited to see the Enchantress and the High Evolutionary in the MCU? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.